what you're supposed to be doing right now as we speak? See, a lot of y'all ask yourselves, well, how can I get the things that I want to move around in the system that we live in today? Few reasons. Hell, I can name a couple, you know what I'm saying? But the first and foremost is that based on a relationship, damn bitch, you gonna let me over? Bitch, nigga. Niggas always don't want to let nigga over. But anyways, based on a relationship, you know what I'm saying, of surety ship, or rather surety, the principal obligor, and the creditor, a lot of y'all don't know that's the position that y'all been put in. Y'all can address that by way of trust. The agreement, who's the fiduciary, or rather what fiduciary duty has been given upon who's the part, that which party, I'm sorry. You got two parties, sometimes three parties to these contracts, you see what I'm saying? But majority cases, it'd be two parties, you know? So now the simple fact of which party is taking out, which party is usually the one signing on behalf of these contracts. Remember, when it comes to public law, you know what I'm saying, the aspects of creditors and debtors, this is what all that shit falls under, the creditor and debtor situation, okay? Now, due to the nature that in every transaction, a creditor or a debtor has to be identified, the problem is the role that you don't know about. You see what I'm saying? Because you, or rather the ins legis, automatically be put in position as a debtor. Hell, even the financial institutions are all debtors as well. The difference is that by way of appointment, they appointed you, or they made a claim that they was the creditor beneficiary, or they made a claim as they are the secure party within the transaction. So let's just say me and you doing business, and all of a sudden, when the way we doing business, I decided to make a claim, or rather decided to say that, hey, I have a security interest or put a lien on this piece of property. You come purchase something from me, right? And the simple fact that I drew up the instrument within itself, but then I also have the physical property, which is the collateral. Now, the fact that I have a lien on the collateral, you know what I'm saying, because I'm the creator, I'm the one that came from the issuance. I don't have a lien, or I don't have a security interest on the document within itself, because the situation is precedent, or it switches, I'm sorry, and it switches from different places and different structures for the hats that you wear. Transfer E, the transfer the guarantee, the guarantor, the settlor, the trustee. This depends on what you're doing. I'm just speaking on trust. Not even talking about the other concepts of the hat. You know what I'm saying? Creditor, debtor, all the other nature, which is all based on trust. But anyway, knowing on trust, and if those positions that hasn't been addressed in a relationship of what you're doing in the fiduciary duty, and I'm not talking about creditor and debtor, I'm talking about either you act as a trustee, a grantor, a settler, you know what I'm saying, or in that capacity, you signing the beneficiary signature, you know how to operate trust or whatever. But majority of them people don't do that, don't know how to do that. So they got everybody out here is operating trust and is doing what they think they're doing right, you know what I'm saying, and trying to create these documents or do all this other crazy ass shit. And you halfway there. The issue is that performance, because there's certain things that you must do, you know what I'm saying, that you have to be mindful of the position that you're already in. A lot of things that y'all don't have to do, or need to be mindful that you don't have to do because of the position that you're already in. A lot of these instruments that we're using in today's time in our possession don't have to be you don't have to create no documents and sort of say, because there's instruments and forms and pleadings and things like that, or forms and documentations that's registered by the SEC and other places that we can use, or we can actually address them. You know what I'm saying? Get them tracked, or I'm gonna get the instruments tracked and recorded. You see what I'm saying? And get them also sent off by way of notices. So it's like, that's a multitude of ways we can look at that situation too. I'm just keeping a beam with you. Then it's like here's what's really crazy about it. Since all this shit constructive in nature, you know what I'm saying, and the simple aspects of this shit is constructive in nature, colorable at their finest, seems to be true, you know what I'm saying, which is not true. A lot of motherfuckers is operating through belief system and belief points, and you're not realizing that the belief, or the way that you view the world, is that's how the way the law works for you. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you have different people or different viewpoints on law, you know what I'm saying, because it's based on who interprets it. How do you apply the law to your life? How do you use the law? How does it dictate or interpret what you do, you know what I'm saying, and the position or the entity or how you operate in commerce? You see what I'm saying? Because it depends on your perception. Either you operate through commercial due process, you operate through sovereignty, you're in the, like, how you moving, you know what I'm saying? That what gives you an opener or some ideas about the function and what's the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? It's just not reality, right? You guys, give me a second. I'm about to go get something real quick. Matter of fact, I gotta take y'all with me. Fuck it. Let me take it out the car. I gotta take y'all with me. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm talking about cold and motherfucker. Breeze out here. Gotta get that side clip. Oh, swear, man. We got one on. Okay. Shit, let me talk on my dump. Man, they just business, man. Y'all see this, huh? Y'all see the drip, God, the drip, rapper drip. The UCC supersedes everything. Now, equity supersedes everything, my friend. Equity supersedes everything. This is why I'm trying to get you to understand equitable subrogation or surety ship. That's another form of equity in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have substance. Rather put it this way, you got to have something of substance or do something of substance to receive something of substance. If that makes sense, because equity is based on substance. So the UCCs are based on contract, and it also interprets the common law inside the UCC, but equity prevails over all of that, okay? Because equity is the sole embodiment of God's law. All right, PM, just give you a heads up, okay? How you doing, Doc? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Later, Siberia. Originally,
do this the ghetto way since for some reason TikTok won't let me upload my whole video. So let's go.
More needs to be done to make the case to your legislative colleagues who you're saying that you're getting pushback from, and also the average Californian who perhaps might not buy into California chipping behind reparations.
Read the story, know the history. Again, I say if you can inherit generational wealth, you can inherit generational debt. This is a debt that is owed by descendants of chattel slavery, not only in California, but across this nation. And it's important to know the story. And what we have done for so long in America is whitewash our story. It is often said there are stories that made America, and then there's stories that America has made up. Much of what we teach in our school is stories that America has made up. This reparation is important interim and the final.
So y'all just heard that, right? Y'all just heard that California state senator tell the whole world that much of what we teach our children in these American institutions that we call schools is made up, not real. Y'all gotta wake up.
boy said, my student loan did not accept my promissory note, citing that it's not legal tenable. I'm filing suit. No, that's incorrect because you're trying to look at it as a promissory note when it's not a promissory note. That's the issue, fam. It is a security. The problem is you're not addressing to it because it's security. You're coming at these people, and every one of y'all are coming at these people like about a note. It's not a matter of a note. It doesn't address the note. These are securities. That's why you're not getting shit that you want, because you don't know how to address them for what it is. Address them for security. Security fraud. Okay? They're turned from negotiable instruments into securities. You know what I'm saying? Understand, overstand that. Let me get 25 on 4. Huh? Gas, no gas? Yes. 6. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. 6, right? All right, cool. Second. Alright, anyways, man, we back in action. Most definitely, man. I appreciate that. I fuck everybody who referred you to me, man. I'm like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't rip people off. I'm really certified and I stand on what I do, and people refer me to other people because I really like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing on business. And I'm not the only ones, but I'm one of those ones who actually stand on business. You know what I'm saying? Who really stand on his. So, excuse me real quick while I go pump the gas. Put my phone on the charger. Give me 1 second. How y'all doing, man? So, anyways, while I'm letting that gas load up real quick, man. Listen, so yeah, this is a whole nother level of securitization. Y'all gotta understand. Listen, they getting paid through every transaction that you need to be relevant. Okay? How you doing, Coach? Hey, Coach, how you doing? All y'all need to be irrelevant that this shit is a securitization at its finest. See, look, all these payments, where they're coming from, the fact that everybody is saying that they owe or you owe something, or they're trying to come at you by the debt, that is an account receivable. Through the nature of those accounts receivable, that's only one part of payment, one way, because there's another method of payment through the nature of the beneficiary interest. Also the certificates, you know what I'm saying, including the other assets, even the cash that's backed by these transactions. You see what I'm saying? Those are other parts of payments. Like, y'all have to realize, if you was to go read on the Financial Accounting Standard Board, that you would see that not only from these credit card transactions, this is why y'all have to be mindful. This credit card transaction is the biggest scam going on, because everybody in that whole world have a credit card. Everybody on the planet has a motherfucking credit card, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and their mama got a credit card, damn near. No bullshit. Everybody and their mama, right? So if everybody and their mama got a credit card and they using credit card payments, it's all based on accounts receivable. And think about the transactions that people swipe. that people pay for. A lot of this property or assets that you're not be able to protect because you never had a chance to secure your rights on the transaction. And also, a lot of this shit is online. So by being online, these are non-negotiable instruments, which by way of form are being turned into securities by way of Article 8. And that's the issue, because all this shit, go look what the SEC defines as security. Go look at when they call it a security, a financial asset. Go read what it means, because you only think it's based on the small transaction of that payment you gave them or the cash you gave them. Nah, baby, it goes on. The interest, all the other things, the property, the insurance, a lot of other shit that's already coming inside these contracts that you need to be aware of, because this is how they're able to, let's say, I don't know, add a value to these instruments, because of what you have to realize, fair market value. You know, if you ever been in real estate and you understand the terms of fair market value, then you should be familiar and you should have an understanding of understanding and overstanding of what the fuck they're doing when it comes to this commercial paper, because they selling this commercial paper at fair market value. Okay, and this is why when you understand fair market value, you read publication 1212, then they give you a breakdown on how they're discounting these instruments for hundreds and even on $1,000. I mean, hundreds to $1,000. You also you'll also be mindful of the many concepts of what they're doing, you know what I'm saying, with this commercial paper, due to the simple fact that a lot of people are not insured, or a lot of people saying they're insured, or let me make it something that's simple and I hope that y'all can process. The simple fact that all these payments are not, you know what I'm saying, is not protected in any way, so for the form of possible, the fact that every credit card transaction, every payment that people going through and it's making on behalf of the leases is automatically giving their property up in eminent domain. So the simple nature of people talking about, oh, I gotta go protect my assets and make a claim. If there's no will, if there's no trust, if you don't have no intermediary, no special person vehicle, if there's nothing, a non-profit or entity in place for you to come do business or for them to help you, you know what I'm saying, get this shit done, you ain't making no moves. Let me put it this way: if you ain't got nothing in place to protect your assets, to control your property, you ain't getting nothing done. The only thing you need to be mindful in the system is based on your labor and land, because everything else is already paid for. It's materialistic shit. So you don't have to just be so caught on like, I gotta get a car, I gotta get a house. Only thing you have to worry about is controlling your labor and then knowing how to utilize the land that you live on. You see what I'm saying? Then you can actually make some difference, because that's where the value lies: labor and fucking land. That's exactly what it is. It's all there. Labor and land. There's no other value inside our current system besides that too. If y'all want to say gold and silver, man, it has an intrinsic value because it's what you can do. You know what you can do with the heavy metals and all the other beautiful things from those components, the things that you can make from. You know what I'm saying? All those other shits. Not just make. You know what I'm saying? The value, the valuable resources and things like that. Those metals, you know what I'm saying? Precious metals hold dear to us. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of shit that we just talking about that has value, that we think has value, that don't have value because we give it value. You see what I'm saying? Your real estate, well, then that also defines that's the great thin area, because you have tangible property. You see what I'm saying? And you have intangible property. We have estate property, and then we have real estate. You know what I'm saying? See, it's like it's a lot of different things, and we're still, you know what I mean, got some growing to do. You know what I mean? Because everybody is just, only heard of certain terms, right, Coach? But what you're saying is absolutely true. So you got all these people who out here trying to acquire real estate and not realizing that the real estate or the property is tangible. You see what I'm saying? If it's tangible, it already has a solid, or not solid, but it's tangible. It's already created. Then the fact that it's already been prepaid. Just think about it now, because if it's tangible, it's already been prepaid. It's in the public. It's tangible. It's out there. The value of it is prepaid. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say the value is prepaid because everything in our system has already been paid for. This is why we have to know the nature of accounting. You see what I'm saying? Because all that shit is by bookkeeping. You You know what I mean? The bookkeeping not properly handled. The bookkeeping is not properly kept. No one's doing the proper accounting. You see what I'm saying? Leveraging the books. No one's doing that accordingly. So it's like when people are not doing that properly, then you have a problem when it comes to all these accounts. People thinking they don't have money. People don't know when they do have money. People don't have a chance to fight or defend themselves because they don't know what the fuck is going on. So when you have people that acquire real property, mortgages, deeds, all this other crazy ass shit to acquire those assets, man, listen, all that shit is a bunch of phony BS to get you tried into a bilateral contract. The reason why I said bilateral contract by way of a promise on a promise, and not all of it's BS because the deed is important, the executive contract is important, you know what I'm saying, all the other things is important when you know what you're doing. It's just the fact that they're trying to get you into this contract to say that you owe something or get you on a promise that you said that you was going to do something because the house is already paid for. So they can't get you or force you to do anything that you don't want to do. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying, they can't make you pay for shit in that capacity. Only they can come at you about some shit that you promised that you was going to do. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you sign these contracts and not realizing in real estate and also the other tangible property, you're making promises to these companies and promising that you're going to do something. And that promise is backed by performance. And our whole system is backed by performances and how you perform. So if we don't perform correctly by knowing how to contract, you know what I mean, knowing how to be mindful of what's going on in the paper, how to put a description on the physical property, how to describe the goods within itself, you know what I'm saying, not just the house, but the land, the description, you know what I mean, the instrument, all those other things is included when we talk about property or our property in its totality. So it's like that has to be collected, you know what I mean, it has to be really talked about. And I guess because the people don't recognize the nature of them making a claim to the instrument, also the claim to the land, also the claim to the house, or claim to the car within itself, or the document, the title, or the security agreement, the promissory note. I think that's the issue with everybody, because people don't know that those are the things you put the claim on, or the lien, or that you make a claim to, because it's the fact that everything else is by way of a claim. They already put a claim on the motherfucking car. They already put a lien on the car, I'm sorry. They put a lien on the car, they put a lien on the house, they put a lien on the land, all that shit, presumptions and assumptions. They saying they're making claims to this shit this is, until the true rightful owners come back. You see what I'm saying? And the true rightful owners coming back is by way of your state or your domicile. You see what I'm saying? How you operate within your domicile, your jurisdiction, or the jurisdiction within that state, and knowing that you have the rights as a private American, and it supersedes all that bullshit. See, the Constitution is what supersedes that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The UCC is just for contracts, admiralty and maritime jurisdiction, and fucking contracts. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not privy on contracts and people don't know the nature of contracts, they can't apply the UCC. Okay? The UCC is just another book for definitions and words, things that you need to be familiar with when we're dealing with these merchants under the law merchant. Let me put it that way by example. You see what I'm saying? Because due to the capacity of us not knowing, you see what and knowing what to do and how to do it, puts us at fault here. We're the ones in trouble. We're the ones, you know what I'm saying, making a big issue, make a big deal out there. Supposed to have been read, if that makes sense. We don't pick up a dictionary and look up the word thee and they and I and principal and person when they're talking about us inside these contracts. We don't look it up and we don't say that. So whose fault it is? Our fault, right? Yeah, I know. So it's just like, damn, what the hell can we do about it? Educate ourselves about the matter. Learn how to contract. Increase your income. Bills is not the problem. The income is the problem. The problem is you're working for another company instead of working for yourself. You're working for someone else instead of getting wealth for yourself. You're wasting your time building up and you building up someone else's time. And I want to consider it as a waste because you're learning something. It's an even exchange, quid pro quo, right? But at the same time, think about the shit that you're really not getting back. You're giving more, you know what I'm saying, than what you're receiving. So why would I want to stick around with a company or people or dealing with people that I'm giving more than what I am receiving? It just doesn't make sense to me. Because I'm out here giving you my grind, my hustle, my passion, into the shit that I'm doing every single day. It's like you're taking my kindness for weakness. You know what I'm saying? It's like these businesses taking my kindness for weaknesses. The simple fact that y'all bring up remittance coupons and talk about the remittance coupons and talk about the billing and the billing errors and what's going on and trying to tell them a proper payment. They denying us saying this is not the payment. We don't accept this payment. Ain't that some confusion? With all the reading have you done and read that showed you that this is accepted payment, that a remittance coupon is a negotiable instrument, that this right here can be looked at or used as a money order? Ain't that confusing to you when you literally read through the definitions and the company denied you? Right? That's what a lot of you going through. My question is, who you going to believe? The company or them? Or you, I'm sorry. That's the real thing. Who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe them when normally they didn't go read and do their homework? They didn't read the Constitution. They didn't read the Uniform Commercial Code. They haven't read the Consumer Credit Act. They haven't read the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. They haven't read the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They haven't read the Fair Debt Credit Reporting Act. You know what I'm saying? They haven't read the Miller Act. They haven't read, you know what I'm saying, these antitrust acts. They haven't read these things, right? But then again, they try to tell you what the hell's going on. And it's like, how can they try to tell you when the only thing they know is policies? Policies by way of their company and what they're supposed to do by way of their company. So you also have to realize the United States District of Columbia also is under policy because it's a company as well. Why do you think that these agencies or these people operating in the public have to do what they're supposed to do, saying, oh, it's against the law or public policy? Well, the law is by way of what, you know what I'm saying, what the rules, you know what I'm saying, that this company has created for its employees. This is why it's also important to know that the Ernst Legis is just another employee for the District of Columbia. The difference is that capturing this employee and making this employee work under your bidding, you know what I mean, and having proper notices in play, that way you let the world know that you didn't capture this Ernst Legis now that's under your bidding. You see what I'm saying? So that's the whole concept about that. But if you haven't, then all this shit is just, it's just a game. Hey, B, hey, how you doing, mama? It's just a game. Game. And speaking of game, what the fuck did you slow down in front of me? It doesn't make sense. Fucking asshole. Shit. Yeah, man. So I got Lisa Owens, Drippy. We got Donna. Also, we got Valerie. I think I got two more ladies. I think I got two more. Drippy, Lisa, Valerie, Donna. That's four. I got like two more people, essentially, if I'm not mistaken, that I signed up for the UCC program. You see what I'm saying? The UCC program, Uniform Commercial Code program. The reason why I did a program is going to be 6 months is because we're going to use this 6 months to be consistent with these terms and terminology when it comes to contracts. The problem with us in our everyday system is that a lot of us, which the majority of us in our system, don't know how to contract. So it needs about a handful of us to learn the rules and how to contract and how to do this thing correctly, so that way we can go back and teach our families, and our families can learn from this shit. You see what I'm saying? They all can learn from this shit. That's the whole play-by-play structure. You see what I mean? So don't go, look. You missed out. Totally fine. I'm okay with that. You probably don't be okay with it, but I'm okay with that. Very affordable. $100 a week, $400 a month, $2,400 for the 6 months. So you can pay for the entire 6 months for $2,400. You can literally pay $400 a month for the next 6 months, or you can pay $100 a week for the next 6 months to sign up for the course. It's basically a program or an environment that I'm trying to get you to come to or invite. You must pay attention, but it's the energy that you bring into this community inside this course. You see what I'm saying? If I bring 20 or 50 people, we come together and we all learn the principles of contracting and learn how to contract. And who's to say that we cannot do business amongst each other? Or excuse me, scratch that. Let me think bigger. Who's to say that we cannot actually start a business with each other? Oops, scratch that, let me think bigger. Who's to say that us in this group cannot take over and run our neighborhood? See, like the fact that we taking the steps out in our time to learn the necessity of contracts and how important it is as a creditor, a debtor, a seller, a buyer, a consumer, a customer. If we don't know these concepts, even know or comprehend the fiduciary duty at its finest, then how can we help ourselves? How can we help the next person around us? How can we go around and saying that, man, I want to help somebody and I want to do something, but then it's like when we get put in a situation to help somebody or do something, we get froze because there's lack of information or we don't know what to do after that. You see what I'm saying? This is why we always question someone's antics or question their integrity or question all those other motives, because as soon as you find out that you don't know what you're doing, or it feels like that you don't know what you're doing, or you don't have no proper structure in what you're doing, then we're gonna go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? So that's the reality of it, though, you guys. But look, anyways, I'm about to close out. I'm gonna jump on about an hour or two to read Surity Ship and Surity at its finest to you guys. I have about 2 books, one